Hello, Just2Good here, and we're bringing back just2mail, as I said in a previous video. Now, just2mail was a series I did way back, maybe 6 years ago. It had very sparse episodes until about 4 years ago. Now, since I can appear on camera, as back then I didn't even have a face reveal, it's a lot easier to do just2mail, and I want to kind of make this a weekly series where I can answer your questions about LEGO, about life, etc. To ask questions for future videos, all you have to do is hashtag just2mail in the comments of this video, and hopefully I could feature it in future episodes, and I'm hoping this will be a weekly series from now on, which is kind of crazy. So the first question was sent via email. Again, we're not going to use the email anymore, just hashtag in the comment sections. And they say, with the recent reboots of Castle and Space, I guess they're talking about the 90th anniversary sets from last year. What do you think about LEGO bringing back a classic theme that might be from the 90s or 2000s, and which one would it be? And that was by SpongeMark2816, oh I got that right, on email. So it was kind of cool last year how for the 90th anniversary they had the most detailed castle yet, which was aimed towards older fans. I believe that was an 18+ set, right? I'm not crazy there. I don't own the set yet. I need to get that set before it retires. I love LEGO Castle. And then you had that Galaxy Explorer set that celebrated 90 years. And when I was growing up, a lot of the sets that were LEGO Castle were aimed towards younger builders, so they always had to compromise them some way or another. So to get such a detailed castle was awesome. Me personally though, I love LEGO Castle, I love LEGO Pirates. Space is like my least favorite of the bunch, but I still love some space themes like Space Police. I kind of see them, of course, doing an 18+ set for a Clone Wars thing, and that means a lot of kids who grew up with the Clone Wars now are adults who can buy it. And my mind just goes to, okay, this is how we get LEGO Power Miners back. Give us like an 18+ tribute to LEGO Power Miners. I mean, what, 2024 will be 15 years of LEGO Power Miners. That would be absolutely sick if they did something like that. Give us a tribute to LEGO Adventurers. 2024 will be 25 years of LEGO Adventures, or wait, sorry, that's actually not true because it was born in 97, just like me, so never mind. But still, I would love to see an Adventurers direct-to-consumer set. Love to see Power Miners, love to see a Space Police 3 set. So I hope LEGO taps into some of those later themes from the 90s, early 2000s, that are very nostalgic to a lot of adults who were kids back then, because, you know, as time goes on, the kids who were born in 97, 98, 99 are now adults like me, so it's just kind of crazy, and I really hope LEGO puts out a direct-to-consumer Power Miner set that's like on the detail level as, say, the castle from last year. So I hope they keep doing that, and I hope it goes towards that direction. Though I do love seeing new castle sets, new classic space sets, new pirate sets, and LEGO can keep doing that, and they can just kind of coexist. Alright, so the next question was actually an interesting one I saw on Reddit as I wait for my phone to load. Okay, do you think Sarah is going to stop doing reviews on buying the Harry Potter sets considering the view of the author? And that's by PP Master on Reddit. What a name, what a name. Okay, so this is a complicated one. I've seen it asked by different people ever since, of course, I made that video coming out as transgender. And of course, the author of Harry Potter has had some not so pleasant views towards transgender people. Actually, some very hateful and transphobic views towards transgender people. Here's how I see it, though, okay? A lot of, or even most things from these big corporations are cursed in capitalism, with this huge income inequality being created by these mega corporations and billionaires and exploiting the workers. You know, it sounds like I'm throwing around buzzwords, but it's hard to support the ethical standards of, say, McDonald's, the ethical standards of, say, the mega movies of Hollywood that LEGO will cover in their themes. So I'm already in the mindset personally that, all right, if these other things are cursed, like, say, Marvel exploiting its visual effects workers, as targeted as J.K. Rowling's views are towards people like me, I can't personally boycott it myself, because I would just have to boycott everything that exists. It could even be, you know, how these phones have an aspect of them that's mined by children in Africa. But I do respect anybody who will boycott something because it doesn't align with their views towards at least my morals. You know, somebody's like, I'm going to boycott just2good because she's transgender now. You know, I'll be like, well, I don't understand that, because I don't understand boycotting somebody because they're transgender. But if you're saying I'm going to boycott Harry Potter because the author is transphobic, I respect that. And I'm like, yeah, you know, you have more tolerance than me under the system of capitalism to not buy things that don't align with your moral standards. So that's my 2 cents. Maybe I'm crazy. So I'm going to still buy Harry Potter sets and cover Lego Harry Potter, but the main problem that's going to stop me from doing that, which has stopped me already recently, isn't even the transphobia of the author, which is abhorrent, which she is very stupid. I hate that. It's just that I don't care about the franchise anymore. Like, I've grown out of these films that I've liked a lot when I was young, but just looking back at them, they don't hold up. And Lego has put so much effort into the theme, it almost has, in a way, destroyed the uniqueness of a lot of the sets, where it just feels like we get so many different versions of the characters. Why should I collect every version of the character? We get so many different versions of Hogwarts. There's like different systems at this point, micro scale, the 2018 to 2020 scale, the 2021 to present scale. Like, it's just so hard to keep up with, and my wallet isn't an endless wallet. So I've kind of given up on Harry Potter for the most part, just because I feel like they've overdone the franchise, which is such a weird thing to say from Lego, because it feels with even stuff like Marvel that they've undercooked it. You know, there's so many shows and everything, but Harry Potter, we're just working off of these 8 films, and they've really exploited the heck out of those 8 films that I'm just tired of the theme. You know, I'm just tired of the theme. So that's why I don't really do Harry Potter content anymore. But I respect those who want to boycott Lego Harry Potter because of the horrible transphobic things that the author has said. That's my 2 cents. And, you know, the haters in the comments are going to just be hateful no matter what. So, whatever. Yeah, okay. Next up. If there a Pixar movie that you think would be impossible to translate into a Lego set with minifigures and mold. Oh, sorry. I'm like, I read if there. I'm like, okay, a little bit poor grammar, which is totally okay. They could be a non-native English speaker, but they said, is there? So it was right from the start. So is there a Pixar movie that I think would be impossible to translate? And this was by Amethyst Orlando, who has posted in the comments before. Keep it up. I feel like Finding Nemo is a really hard one, but we just got a Finding Nemo set. Like, that was one I would have went to, because you can't really have minifigures, but we just got a Finding Nemo set, and it was a buildable Crush in Nemo. Or was it Squirt in Nemo? I'm sorry. Which I still kind of want to get. So yeah, Monsters Inc., A Bug's Life. I think those two, which you specifically mentioned in the email, are actually ones that are pretty easy to translate. I mean, Holly did a fantastic Monsters Inc. project. A Bug's Life, we've seen the minifigure of Flick from the Incredibles game. I don't think those are totally impossible. So yeah, I feel like maybe Elemental, but I mean, you could still make Elemental minifigures, and who knows, with the success of Elemental, maybe if they make an Elemental 2, we'll get Lego sets off of it. Okay, so this is from Clark in the emails. So they said some really kind words. Congratulate you on coming out. My partner is non-binary, so it's really special to see trans representation. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. What is your opinion on the Indiana Jones waves of sets? I'm of the belief that not only was it way too small, but also failed from the start. This is as Lego as a kid's toy, and while kids will love the set like Fire, Pain, Chase, the other 2 sets in the wave appeal more towards fans of the Indiana Jones movies, and the sad truth is that there are not many kids in the fandom. I think the wave being geared only towards fans killed its longevity, as it wasn't being financially supported by children who thought the sets would be fun to play with. I don't know if I agree. I guess children like vehicles, so that's why you're saying the Fighter Plane Chase, but I mean, is the tomb, Escape from the Lost Tomb, is that really something that kids can't enjoy? I mean, yeah, it's a play set, but it has a cool feature of the statue falling down. It's a relatively cheap play set of a pretty good detail, and it seems like a lot of more detailed play sets are ridiculously expensive. So I think children could enjoy that. Yeah, the 18 plus set is more geared toward adults, the 18 plus set. But even that has such an iconic thing in pop culture with the boulder. There's at least that draw, and that's a fun play feature to play around with. But, you know, personally, I think it was more failed towards them not putting more than just these 3 sets. They should have had even cheaper alternatives, maybe like a $10 and a $20 set, even though they're relatively cheap, $30 and $40, just to get more people into the sets. And there's so many concepts from Indiana Jones that you could have done as cheap sets and even more expensive sets to kind of capture different things around the world that can appeal to fans outside of Indiana Jones. So I think the downside of the Indiana Jones wave in terms of it being success is just how little attention LEGO paid towards it. We just got those 3 sets and that's it. It feels like something that they could have done way more sets with in the first wave alone. Like you could have made 5 sets total, 6 sets total. Angry Birds got 6 sets total, you know, and it's like, I think more people would have been able to get into it if there was just more to collect. Because it feels like a lot of people like collecting stuff nowadays. A lot of kids like collecting stuff as well as playing with stuff. So if you just have these 3 sets to collect, I don't know, and one of them is really expensive, maybe that was a mesh of words. I'm sorry about that. And then if LEGO Marvel had to go the way of LEGO DC, which superhero would it be? I feel financially Spider-Man makes the most sense. I mean, yeah, that's how it would be. It would just turn into LEGO Spider-Man line. But they do make money off of the Avengers stuff, so at least it's not going the way of DC, and we get a good variety of heroes, and it's not just Batman all the time. So great questions, interesting perspectives. Yeah, I just think the Indiana Jones wave needed more sets, which Indiana Jones has such a breadth of locations and vehicles that it could have got more people who aren't into Indiana Jones into it. And I'm sure the few sets that they did have sold well. It's just that there's not much more to go off of. So who knows? All right, Jack Tilston. I hope I said that right, and I hope you're okay with me saying your email. I've been a massive fan of you for ages, Sarah. You were my first and have always been my favorite LEGO YouTuber. Thank you, thank you. If you could have an infinite amount of any LEGO set, what would it be? I'm sure you chose Cloud City for money, but I'd go with the 2014 LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar for the plain Phase 2 clone figure. I mean, let's not do it from a money perspective, because then just insert most expensive set like Cloud City and I'll get $1 billion of that. If I could have millions of LEGO sets. I'm just looking around. It would have to be something like ideally like a Ninjago city, because there's so many pieces there. Then I could just have like, I always want to have a city. And so I could have an actual city in LEGO if I had all those pieces to build a billion Ninjago City-esque parts packs. Another one that would be cool I was looking at was a little bit cut off, but Simpsons house, because you could just make the whole Evergreen Terrace, is that their neighborhood? Or that might just be their street. You could just make their whole neighborhood, you know, Flanders house and stuff like that. And that would be awesome. So those are my picks, I guess. That's kind of a hard question, surprisingly, but good one, Jack T. Okay, so Amit Oatmeal said some really great, just kind words. You know, been watching me since 2017. Or this has been in their draft since 2017. Congrats on the transition. Okay, so this is what they said in 2017 as a question. They like my list. Like, the Servant Train would be so cool if it was real. What is my favorite video game? Ooh, that's so hard. Favorite video games. Yeah, it's not just one video game. It's like a bunch of video games. So, Super Mario 64, Paper Mario 64, Pokemon Silver, Pokemon Blue, Luigi's Mansion, Super Mario Sunshine, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2, Old School RuneScape, Toy Story 2 on N64, Hat in Time, Undertale, I guess you could say like Super Smash Bros. Maybe 4. Like, I spent so much time with that in my life. You know, I spent so much time with Melee, but Melee just gets so sweaty with me now, I can't really get back into it. Oh, of course, Sonic the Hedgehog 1, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, specifically 3 and Knuckles. Sonic CD's Classic, maybe not on my favorites. Mean Bean Machine, like, there's just so many great games that I love that are all nostalgic picks usually. Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2006, Yu-Gi-Oh! Tag Force 2, or really Tag Force 3, I think was the one I spent the most time on. Yu-Gi-Oh! World Championship 2011. Like, just, yeah, so many games. I can't really pick a favorite, honestly. Thousand Year Door, which we're getting a remake of finally. So yeah, I hope that answered your question, or that was more than enough. And what is my favorite Ninjago season? I have not watched most Ninjago seasons in full, unfortunately. I've watched some of season 1 and it was not my thing, so I don't really have a favorite Ninjago season. I'm sorry, Emmett Oatmeal. Alright. Okay, I guess this is the last one. This is from Oscar. Congrats, Sarah. You share the same name as my mom, which is incredibly cool. Oh, that's awesome. I want to know about your experience as a trans woman in Florida, if you're comfortable answering. Okay, so people outside of Orlando have expressed some, horrible experiences as a trans woman in Florida. And socially, in Orlando area, I've gotten nothing but support. I don't know if it's because I fear, maybe it's because if I pass on some degree, I don't know. But people just compliment me. Like, I before I transitioned and was girl moding in public and stuff like that, before I did any of that, I would never get compliments in public. Now people compliment me like crazy. It's very flattering. People are so nice in public. And things I never noticed before, like, nobody would ever, like, do things for me in public. But, like, I get the door held, people reach for things for shelves, will, like, let me cut in line all the time, which, again, when I was boy moding back in the day, like, which boy moding means, like, dressing up male, girl moding dressing up female, in the ways of society standards, quote unquote, whatever. I would just be completely ignored and just like none of that would ever happen. And I was on my own. But yeah, people help me carry stuff. People are so nice here. So that's crazy. And yeah, I've never gotten any transphobic stuff in public. Besides somebody in my personal life, one person in my personal life, everybody else is supportive. The only place I got in transphobic stuff is the freaking YouTube comments. Like, the YouTube comments are so bad. 20% of them. A lot of y'all are freaking awesome. But there's some nutsos on here. But I just gotta let that roll off my back. Because if I listened to these idiots online, I would not be where I'm at today. And they're just like people who just display that they have like no empathy, no understanding of how human experience works. They probably have not socially developed. Like, it seems like that because they say like the most antisocial, horrible, disgusting things to me out of transphobia. And it just shows a lot more about themselves and who they are as a person, which is so sad that there's so many horrible people out there nowadays who just say just like the worst things. But again, I can't let it affect me. I'm not gonna act like it has never affected me, but I can't let it affect me, and I just keep moving on because I like being happy and I like being myself. And the people who mean the most to me love me, and yeah, that's all I have to say really with all of that stuff. So yeah, being a trans woman in Orlando is great socially. Now, going into the medical stuff, it's getting harder for a lot of girls to get on HRT, trans girls, trans women. That's really sad. I got on it right at the right time in January. I lucked out, but now I gotta like get it out of state. It's still legal, but it's like out of state, which makes me have to wait for it sometimes. Yeah, like I can't have doctor checkups as often because like all these places are short on actual doctors, and we're relying on RNs, and RNs can't do gender affirming care now in Florida. It seems like, I don't know, it's like a very complicated thing. So medically it's gotten worse, unfortunately, in the past few months because of these stupid laws from DeSantis. So that's the truth. I mean, that's just how it's affected my life. But thankfully I have enough of a supply of HRT, and that hasn't stopped, and that's really what's important, to still have, so I could take the daily doses that I require. All right, maybe we should end on the Lego question. Is there a Lego question? Okay, well, I guess this one. We'll do one more. Okay, I know that I said that was the last one, but okay, Just 2 Food and Just 2 Games. Hey, Sarah, are you planning on going back to the other 2 old channels you have, Just 2 Food and Just 2 Games? Because it's been a while since you posted videos on those, and that was by Savage Phantoms 9000. All right, so this is the last question. Just 2 Games, I don't know when that's coming back, if ever. But Just 2 Food, I post on there more than any other second channel. I post on there more than, Just 2 Film, which that I need to bring back. I haven't posted a video since I came out publicly, so who knows. Anyways, go check out Just 2 Food. But leave your comments for upcoming Just 2 Mail in the comment section. You just hashtag just2mail, and I'll feature them in upcoming videos. Ask some more Lego questions, because we did get a lot of personal questions, which I don't mind. You could ask those as well, but need some more Lego questions up in here, you know? This is a LEGO channel at the end of the day. But I appreciate the support, the kind words, and I'll see you later. Subscribe here for more fun LEGO content and, touches of my life. Peace out. Bye.